Hey everyone, today we're going to be running a Pokemon hometown inspired theme. So first things first, we've got to determine what type of Pokemon hometown theme that we're going to be writing. I like to think there are essentially two types of hometown themes in the Pokemon games. A relaxing, loving hometown theme that's pleasant and peaceful, so that when you do arrive you feel a sense of comfort, and a theme that is excited about the future, upbeat and positive, still pleasant but less about comfort and more about looking to the future. We can group all the Pokemon themes that have been written for hometowns into these two categories. One, the comfort themes would be Pallet Town, Newbark, Littleroot, Twinleaf, Nuvema, Vonnieville, Postwick, Iki Town, the Jubilife Town theme, and then there would be the adventure themes, Aspertia and the My Home from Sun and Moon. Obviously a lot more comfort themes. Now some things that we need to keep in mind with this when we group these is Newbark and Pallet Town in their original versions came off a little more adventure themed, but through various arrangements through the years they become more comfort themes for sure. Now obviously when we're looking at this, comforting emotional hometown theme is a lot more common, almost the default. And we have to consider the times that we did get a more adventurous hometown themes, they were because of deviations in the Pokemon formula. For example, with Aspertia, that was the hometown theme for Black and White 2. Now these were the first sequels to a Pokemon game rather than a straight up director's cut like a Pokemon Gray would have been. So that is the first major deviation in the formula, so a deviation in the music as well here makes sense, because rather than coming to comforting hometown, our home base, our safe place if you will, we're going back into this region again fresh, but looking at it with new eyes and seeing how things have changed in the 2 to 3 years since the last game. This also makes sense with My Home in Sun and Moon, because My Home in Sun and Moon is a more adventurous theme, and Sun and Moon is the first major departure in the Pokemon games from the typical formula, because rather than having any gyms, they've got totem Pokemon and totem challenges, and it's nothing at all like what we've experienced before for Pokemon, which is very interesting. But you also have to remember the Iki Town theme, which also functions as a sort of hometown theme, but the home itself has its own theme as well, so we have to consider both of those with this. Now the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to decide to write a relaxing, comforting, emotionally safe hometown theme. Comfort, love, the place where you can always go. That's going to be our goal with this theme. Now since they are my favorite themes and from the first Pokemon games I ever played, I am going to be using Pallet Town, Newbark, and Littleroot Town as our primary inspirations musically. So I've taken the time and analyzed these tracks using the VGLeadsheets. And when we look at these themes, we can see some commonalities that jump out to us right away in the form. First, all the forms are basically an A-B form, and the A theme in these forms are always made up of a more moving theme and a little more active, but the most active it gets is moving eighth notes. And the second theme is a lot longer and a lot more lyrical, with a little bit of ornamentation here and there. Some characteristics of these melodies are that both themes are constantly hitting strong chord tones on strong beats, and phrases are always resolving to chord tones, making the melodies feel like they are coming home and coming to a place of rest. In the older games, the music typically was a very simple form, and we do see the music deviate from this form in the newer themes, but they tend to be a little less traditional and formal, not taking away from the overall vibe. So in my theme, we've drawn inspiration from Pallet Town, Newbark, and Littleroot Town in the fact that we have very simple melodies that land on strong chord tones, with an A section being a little more active and a B section that is a bit more lyrical with some ornamentation. Then we've also designed the harmony to follow a similar pattern as well, with a very simple chord progression, as well as having a couple color chords that add a little bit more to it. For example, in the Littleroot Town theme, they have these passing chords going from, for example, D minor to a D flat augmented to an F over C. So that chord passes and acts as a way to move to that F over C chord. In the next beats, there's a B minor 7 flat 5 to a B flat over F to a B flat. We have that movement going down, and it's just these chromatic passing chords that are using all the same notes in the chord, just going down so we can land on the next chord. We take inspiration from that using our D minor over A to a C sharp augmented over A to the C over G. We take inspiration there, adding that chord, as well as later on we have an A minor to a G sharp to a G. So we take inspiration with those passing chords. We also take inspiration in that we're using very simplistic chord progressions so that we can craft our melody to land on those strong chord tones a lot easier. And then we throw it all together, and this is what we get. Hey everyone, hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to see more content like this, and I'll see you guys next time.